Thank you for clicking. And what the heck is that? Don't worry, we're going to find out together later in the show.
What's new in retro games? Can you tell me what's new in retro games, please? What's new in retro games? Can you tell me what's new in retro games this week?
I know, same thing happened to me. Yeah, it's the same. Just rubbing the end, just like really gently, just exploded all over me. It's like, hello, yes, it is me. It is Jace at Retrogames. Hello, how are you? Happy Retrogames Day. It's a good day, isn't it? It's a good day because I told you I was going to take a break this week, and I haven't. I'm still here. And the hits weren't where I wanted to get. How many views did we get? We got about 500. We've taken a dip. The show has taken a dip. We started high, 1,100 views, and then every episode, well, we rallied at about the 800 in the middle, but now we're sinking fast. And I thought, well, let's just see how low we can go. Carry on and see how bad it gets. It's another bank holiday weekend in the UK, so you betcha we got some of the worst weather we've ever had in our lives. It's been like a flood this week. It's been horrible out there. It's cold. I should have put the hoodie back on, but I don't want to call myself a plum, not today. Yeah, so we're all looking forward to a really wet banky weekend. Why do we call them banky weekends? We should, don't we? Oh, it's a banky. Oh yes, it's a banky weekend. Yeah, well, that's just the sort of thing we love, you know, a banky weekend. A wet banky weekend coincided with payday. I hopefully am going to be very busy next week with all your lovely orders. I hope so. But, you know, maybe not, because we filled the site this week with so much stuff, but a lot of PC. A lot of PC this week. Anyway, let's not go on about that yet. It's not time for that yet. Let's get on with this.
Tell me the retro games news.
Yes, and I haven't really got any news, but I like to have the news jingle. You know that, I like the news jingle. Now, this week I've got some post-it notes stuck down. Read it the right way, Jace. What are you on about? No, I did a survey. You might have noticed, you might have contributed, you might have ticked on our little survey about the show, because come on, a little nudge into the right direction can't hurt, can it? So I gave you 4 options. The first option was, what do you watch the show for? What are you here for? What do you watch? Do you watch it for the rare things and valuations, which we do a lot of. Rare things. Well, that result for that was only 6%. Only 6% of you are here for the rare things. Now that is a surprise. That is a surprise, because I thought the rarer the things, the more exciting the show. No, it's not that. The next option was, do you watch the show to keep in touch with what's new on the website? Yeah, because, you know, you can't be bothered to go to the website. It's better for me to hold stuff up and talk about it, which is fine. That's what kind of a lot of this show has been about lately, is going on about the website. Well, 38% of you do like that. You like to know what's new at retrogames.co.uk. Well, that's great. I better keep up with that then. The third option, do you enjoy reminiscing? Do you enjoy thinking about your past, your childhood, all the things you let slip through your fingers, those long lost loves, those sort of things? Reminiscing about games primarily, about, you know, things that you used to play or you might have forgotten about. There is a magic, there's a magic undefinable click in the brain when you see something you have not seen for decades and you suddenly see it again. I wonder how many there are left for me, because I'm so surrounded with all this retro stuff that I've seen most things, but even now, still occasionally you see something, I'd forgotten about that.
Someone should have told him a Texan takes time a chewing. Texan sure is a mighty chew.
And it's a magical feeling. So yeah, but only 10% of you say you like to reminisce about all things that you haven't seen before, or things that you remember, old games that you know. Well, if you're a retro game for a long time, I'm always quite surprised actually. Some of the comments say, oh, I didn't even know that existed, and it's something like really common, like Ball Blazer on the Commodore 64. And you think, what, really? Yeah, it's strange. There is I take it for granted because I obviously know so much about so many games because I'm so brilliant that all you guys know about it too, but you don't. The proof in the pudding is when you do a little montage or you do a video or a TikTok or whatever, if you put something common on there, look at a Firefox F7 or an Astro Wars, you get a lot more traffic because people are suddenly, they've got their little clickers going off. I remember that, and they're checking out. You know, I guess I was thinking I'm aiming for more hardcore, so, you know, less common. Oh, Jace, you don't stop doing the windmill arms for starters. Don't do the windmill arms. That, you're going to do a new survey. What shouldn't I do on camera? Now, the fourth option was me being an idiot. And 46% of you watch the show for me being an idiot. Yeah. What do you think of this then?
I didn't mean to break your pencil. I didn't mean to steal your gum. I didn't mean to read your magazine. I didn't mean to shag your mum.
Oh, you naughty boy.
It's a revelation. You like me just mucking about. I haven't even taken the lid off yet. I'm seriously, you see me in a very, you think I'm like wacky, but no, this is 10%. It's 10%. I rein it down. I keep it honed. I keep it under wraps. I'm a lot more wacky than this in person. Yeah, you might find something out. Maybe I'll push some boundaries. I've already used that nasty word just a minute ago, and you know, there's some of you thinking, I always thought this show was safe for my kids. And I ummed and ahed about that. But when I've thought of something funny, I'm just going to do it. What do you reckon? Yeah! Do it, Joes! Do it! Check this.
Went to buy a game, but then I didn't like the game. So I took it back to W.H. Smith and they said, don't play it again.
Now, talking of old retail shops, what about this? Now, this is a software 6-pack. It came in this week. I'm not putting it in the top 10. It's from Curry's, and it's 6 games. I'm going to put it on the big screen. It is 6 beautiful. It's a sealed pack. I mean, you can imagine there's someone in the back of Curry's with the shrink wrapping machine. And they're just saying, well, we've got all that old stock. Let's bundle them up into 6s and see if we can sell them for a tenner. Because there is nothing really. I mean, you've got a bit of card, software 6-pack, 1990. It's not tenner. 1995. What have we got there? We've got Arcade, it's Commodore 64, Arcadia, Classic Arcadia, Quintic Warrior, Renaissance, which is board games, Purple Turtles, Mangrove, and Aquaplane. Now, Aquaplane, Purple Turtles, Quintic Warrior, very common games. They must have made this pack a lot. But of course, you can't, it's so hard to maintain this because you had to break the seal to be able to play anything. You know, that's 6 games. You're committing to buying a pack and never playing 6 games just to keep it sealed. So it's super rare. I think it's super rare, but it just took me back to those old shops that we used to love when we were kids, looking at all the cassettes. And you'd go to Curry's, but it wasn't your John Menzies, it wasn't your Smiths. Curry's was like, you'd have a look, but it wasn't really great for games. It was great for Amstrad stuff, or did they make their own joysticks? And they own Saytech joysticks. Anyway, Curry's, brilliant. Moving on.
Please, Mr. Postman, use some discretion, disguise what's being sent. 'Cause my wife has no idea how much I've spent.
I got a letter this week. Now this letter, this isn't meant for me. This is the strange thing. It is a list. It is a list. It came free with this. Yes, it was free in a copy of Atari ST Cannon Fodder. Now this list is called Camping. And it's someone's list they've made for their little mini holiday. Now, as it's in Cannon Fodder, you think, well, maybe they're going to go paintballing or something, I don't know. So I just thought I'd read out some of this. I find it fascinating. When you get odd stuff in games, it's fascinating. I don't care what you say. 1, Bergen, Dave. Bergen, I think that's an outfit or something. 2, Gators, Dave. Oh, 3, coat, Gore-Tex. What? This is a very, maybe they're glamping. This is a very posh list. 4, fleece. 5, thermal. 6, woolen gloves and hat. Yeah, we get it. 7, Gore-Tex gloves. You got to have a lot more gloves. 8, 6 pairs of wool loop stitch socks. Who is that specific in their holiday list? 6 pairs of wool loop stitch socks. I'm not putting up with polyester. I really am not. Number 9, boots. 10, I love this one. 10, trousers, brackets, maybe army. The thing is though, someone sold me this collection quite recently. They might be watching the show thinking, oh, that was our list. They might do. 11, 3 baggy t-shirts. It's a bit like the 12 Days of Christmas. 3 baggy t-shirts. Then there's loads of stuff. Plastic bags. We're getting a bit personal now. Foot powder. Kendall mint cake. Oh, that stuff's too much, and it's too much. Takes your head off. Maglite torch. No cheapo torch. It's a proper professional one. Emergency pack. Pen, knife. Book. One book. Soap, flannel. 2-time shampoo. Toothpaste. Toothbrush. Hot chocolate sachet. Soup sachet. Plastic mug. You're thinking this is going anywhere, Jason? Yeah, I'm just enjoying it. It's got a blow-up pillow. I just think, now, there's more on this side. This the last thing I was just going to mention. Dry clean shorts. Okay, fair. I mean, who takes dirty, wet shorts on holiday? Dry clean shorts, please. Don't take the dirty, wet ones. But they're in a big asterisk. Hitchhiking gear. What the heck? Plus a bag. Dave. Hitchhiking gear, that makes me think of body bag, some plastic bags, some tape, some cable ties for taking in hitchhikers. And I may have stumbled across the start of a serial killing. But hopefully they've lost the list. They couldn't go through with this. Moving on. Do you remember a couple of years ago I made an album? Check this.
Thought Blossom, the brand new album from Lost Songwriter.
I'm just a sad boy.
12 new tracks including Sun Shines Through,
Why, when I look in your eyes, does it feel like the sun shines through?
Nobody Dances,
Nobody dances. Nobody dances.
and the song stolen by Retrogames, Drone.
I think I might be a drone that's being remotely controlled. That's why my pulse is so slow.
Thought Blossom by Lost Songwriter. Available to stream from November the 1st.
Yes, Thought Blossom. Yes, it's available online on all those streaming sites. But finally, look, we've got some physical copies of that album. I know, 2 years later, he finally gets it made. It's got the proper barcode. It's got a little box there. It's limited edition. I'm just really thrilled to have it. It's a beautiful CD. Just get the look at that, beautiful. It's got the same artwork. It's got all the stuff on it. It's a proper professional CD of the album. I don't make many physical music things these days. Actually, that is all there are on planet Earth. That is it. There's 20 of them. Now, I just thought if anybody wants a physical copy of this, email me at sales@retrogames. Okay, you can have a copy of this. I will sign and number it, super limited edition, and you can listen to me on your CD player. Now that's a bit retro these days, isn't it?
I went to ZX and I bought a game. Xbox 360. I didn't like it, but I played it all the same. On my TV, I streamed a video pretending that it wasn't that bad. tubes.
Okay, mucking about. Get used to these little jingles. They are going to be used on every show. They're peppered. They're not one-time things. I can't make these things for one use only. All right. Let's get stuck in. Slightly different way of doing it this week. Bit more quick, hopefully. This week's top 10 and other stuff. Before we get to the top 10, let's have a little look in the bargain basement. And what about this Amiga collection? 150 discs, mainly full of games. Bit of a mystery tour. Tomb Raider, faint P on the disc. Not that sort. Or the last PS1 Tomb Raider game. Just a shame about that cracked case. Grand Theft Auto 2, what a classic game. And yes, even in bargain basement, it has the map. Some faded cartridges in there this week. What about this? That really is that colour. Well, this Duke Nukem, that looks like it's been through a war, but it works, I promise. Classic Game Boy with teeth marks. Not just worn out label, but teeth marks. Or how about this Zelda? While it works, it does look like it's been through the washing machine.
What's number 10?
Welcome to the world of Shannara. Yes, I picked a random PC game based on the box.
Elf Pale.
Davio does look too pale.
Defeat Brona once more.
As you can see, it's kind of a hybrid role-playing adventure game. It doesn't look very good, but it still made it into the top 10 this week.
What's number 9?
Wow, for Commodore 64, it is the Boat Jolly Big Box, 30 mega games, some amazing titles, Enjoy Racer, Ghostbusters, Wonder Boy, Incredible Shrinking Sphere. Brilliant.
What's number 8?
Shadow of the Third Moon on Amiga CD-ROM. It's a pretty funky afterburner style cockpit shooter, dogfighting, but listen to that music. It's like I'm at a rave. Do you think they played this in real fighter jets? Where's Tyres from Spaced? Yeah, I knew he'd love that. Yeah, classic, very hard to find, homebrew, highly rated, pretty decent game, a late game in the Amiga's life cycle.
What's number 7?
Jumping back to the Commodore 64, and that is Return to Eden. That is by Level 9. Classic adventure game, text adventure, but they are highly sought after.
What's number 6?
Mario for the PC. Yes, Mario's Time Machine with all the hallmarks of those classic CDI and Nintendo licensed games. It looks a bit strange. That is not your typical Mario sprite. It looks like he's melting a little bit. And if you think that bit looks okay, this is what most of the game is like. It is purely edutainment. That's right, we're learning about Mozart and a brilliant soundtrack. Really pushing PC to its limits, Nintendo style. Not really.
What's number 5?
Back on the Amiga, and this is Super Stardust from Team 17, a brilliant shooter. I'm going to play it in a sec. But why did Team 17 give stuff away? Kingpin, free in this game. Anyway, here we go. Now, this looks like a kind of a top-down maze shooter, but it's not. It's a thrust style game. You're using inertia like Gravatar. Brilliant graphics on that P icon. Beautiful, actually. But there's 3 sort of game variants. There's this one, super fast tunnel shooter. Brilliant digitised explosions, I'm sure you'll agree. And there's this, really going retro. This is like a classic version of upgraded asteroids. It's like asteroids, not hemorrhoids, asteroids. We grabbed a power up there. Ooh, and you reappear at the bottom of the screen. Fabulous game.
What's number 4?
Okay, a bit of hardware, and it is a Nintendo new 3DS. Yes, the new 3DS. Different buttons, more power, that extra thumbstick on the right side, coloured buttons. Just one special game for it, Xenoblade Chronicles. Wider viewing angle. It's a brilliant machine.
What's number 3?
Here's a Monster Collector's Edition for PC. This is StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. Look at this, it comes with a book. It comes with loads of books, loads of games, DVDs. There's some sort of clip. It's got ball bearings in there. It's a chain, it's a dog tag, I figured it out. And a comic.
What's number 2?
Any excuse to get a top-down racer in the top 10, and it's the classic super skid marks again for Amiga. At the time, this was so groundbreaking. Those little minis are so solid. The way they react to the bumps in the road, it's unrealistic, yes, but it really was groundbreaking at the time, and I loved this game. And this is the Sideways box edition, it's a very unusual version. Loads of discs.
Here it comes, it's number 1.
Now you must remember this, the Eye of Judgment. It's not that long ago, it's PS3. And yes, you're thinking, well, that's an odd choice for number 1 because it's not particularly rare or valuable. You can pick up the full set from the Retrogames website for about 15 quid. And it's a strange thing. You have a card mat, it's a fabric mat, and a special stand for the camera, which appears on the screen, and then magical graphics pop out of the cards that you play on the game board. You can play against friends or on your own. This is what the box looks like. Yeah, it's lovely, self-explanatory. There's all the stuff, you get the camera with it. But look at this, a set of 500 cards for it came in this week. I've never seen so many cards for this game. I really want to play it again. I had to buy a game, then I didn't like the game, so I took it back to W.H. Smith and they said, don't play it again. Now, as promised earlier in the show and on the thumbnail, hopefully, if I've done that, is this. Now, what the heck is this, Jace? This is a rare item. I thought I would talk about something rare. This is not available on the Retrogames website. This is from my own collection. I don't know about you guys, but you buy stuff for your collection and you send addiction. I mean, I watch a lot of you guys' channels. You keep buying stuff. You keep buying it. Ed, James. You're buying really nice things. And you don't always get around to playing them. You don't always get around to opening the box. Which is what's happened with this. This is from my collection. This is something I wanted for a long time. I remember seeing it in the electronic plastic book. If you're into electronic games and handhelds, that is a fabulous book. Very rare and hard to find now, sadly, but it is a fabulous book. Beautiful pictures. And I always wanted this. Ludotronic. It was made by on there, but this version is by Polystil. Polystil. It is Italian. I think that is all Italian. We're discovering this together. I have not opened it. I have not tested it. I've had it on a shelf, like so many things, for many years, and I thought, well, I'll break it open. So this is a fresh unboxing for me too. For me too. Okay, well, roll it around. I don't even know if it works. It might not work. You're with me on the ride. Okay, so we've got some nice polyethers. I'm going to lay that down and pull it out. Okie doke. There we go. Right. Nothing else in the box to show you. Let's put the box to one side. Here we have the poly inners. Let's release it. Oh my goodness. What the heck is this? That has got to be a game cartridge. What? I mean, you've seen some game cartridges in your time, but that has got to be one of the weirdest ones. It's got a little screen on it there. You can see a screen. Some kind of projector way it works. It's got the manual. Let's not sing about it because it's not that good. It's a bit creased. What's this? This looks like the battery cover is not connected. But look at, it's VTech. It is VTech. We didn't get this released in UK. You could only get this in Europe. I'm not sure if it ever came out in the USA either. But this was the magic. This is the reason I wanted it. Look at that bellows action. Wow! that is one hell, a harmonium of a machine. Now, how does that stay up? I have no idea. Don't want to push it too. Oh, it clicks into place. Look at that thing. What a giant. You know, what? Look at it. What the heck is it? just have a good look at it. Look at the bottom, it's complicated. There's the battery for the battery cover. What is that big slot there? We've got 2 modes, projection slide, backlit mode. What is that? That opens for some reason. I don't know what that's for. There's another. See, maybe not that entertaining because we don't know what it is. We don't know what it does. I'm just going to open this other slot. No, I can't. Okay, with the cover off, that is 6 C batteries. Oh my god, that's a quest. And depending on your point of view, this is either the greatest or the worst game controller ever made. A little cross pad, little button, and a game slider. But yeah, that's pretty neat. I mean, on a handheld to have a separate controller on a cable, that's groundbreaking. That was groundbreaking, and that's why it's called the Pro Screen. Okay, 6 batteries found. Let's see how we do. I mean, I'd hate this if it doesn't work. It will be a bit of an anticlimax, won't it? You know, okay, 2 in. Let's put the cover on those. Now for the big 4. The big 4 in a row on this side. Okay, batteries installed. I am tense, I really am. I'm going to put the screen back up. It's not a great sound. Okay, there is a power button at the front. I am scared because I think this is going to do nothing. I've just got a feeling this is not going to work, but I'm going to try it. It has lit up. It has lit up. There is a glow on the screen. I probably need to put the cartridge in, don't I? I probably do. Let's turn it off again. We know it's got power. Here is our cartridge. The cartridge has got a name. It's Death Corridor. We've covered that before, haven't we? Do you remember Death Corridor? Was that a game for that other 3D? The super rare 3D game. I think that had Death Corridor. Was it called the Super Vision 3D? Oh, anyway, Jay, stop going on about it. What do we do with this? How do we put the game in the game slot? Backlit mode. I don't know where this goes. How can you not figure out? It must go in here, mustn't it? I'm going to have to use the instructions because I cannot figure out how the cartridge goes in. Okay, it goes on its side in there. Oh, of course it does. Of course it does. Goes in here, silly boy. Oh, look at that, and then plugs in. Yeah, so there's the cartridge. And push it down. That is in. That is in. Okay. Let's pull this screen back up again. Oh, yeah, 6% you like this sort of stuff. Okay, let's turn it on and let's see if I can get games to come up. I mean, it's got a light in it. It's got a light in it. It's a not very bright light. I cannot see anything, but there is a dial. I think I might have to focus it. No, that is doing nothing. Game. We'll have a close it. Oh, what have I done wrong? I can't have done anything wrong. It is a glowy screen. Oh my god, are we going to have we've made all that effort and we're not going to get anything out of it. Oh, projection mode, backlit mode. Let's swatch. Hey! That was the key. It was that slider. And suddenly there is game on the screen. Can you see that? It's a colour. I've got focus. It's moving. The light. Wow, we are playing a game. The thing works. It works. It is bizarre. I mean, it's something you want to play in the dark. Shall I turn the lights off? Let's turn the lights off and try again. But what a strange... There you go. You can see it better. I've got a good angle finally. Not a great angle to play it in, but at least we can see it is a simple shooter with a projector screen. Now I've realised that little slot on the back, you can project on the wall too, so you don't have to play on this screen. You can play out the back. So if I slide the slider, there's the back, you'll see. Whoa! Now it is projecting on the wall. So it's both, yeah, like that. You know, there's a Grandstand The Grandstand similar game that projects games on the wall. This does it too as a bonus feature, but what an unusual beast. It's definitely for nighttime under the blankets play, I think. What is it called again? It's called the Pro Screen. I'm going to have really struggled to find more cartridges for this. Yeah, what a super lovely rare game to finish the show on. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Thank you for watching. Until next week, maybe happy retro gaming, retro gamers! Oh, never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play this game again. I'm never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna play it again. I really hate this game. Never gonna play it again. Yeah, I'm never gonna play it again. Yeah, I hate you. I hate this rubbish game. Never gonna play it again. Never gonna play it again. Never gonna play it. Never gonna play it. Gonna play it. Never gonna play a game. I really hate this game. Don't make me play it again. No, I'm never gonna play it. Never gonna play it. Never play this game. God, I hate this game. It's the worst game. Never gonna play. Never gonna play. Never gonna play. Never play. Never gonna play this game again. I don't care what you say. I'm never gonna play the game. Never gonna play. Don't play it again. That game sucks so bad. I hate that game. I hate that game. I'm not gonna play it again. Spawn of evil. They got that right.